Chapter 4, A Madman's Gallery. We drew close to whatever horror this ghastly amulet wished us to discover. Its ruddy, disquieting glow was near constant now, so it took some perception to discern the minute changes indicating the proper direction. On we went, driven now as much by curiosity as uncertainty. We had given up survival and now sought only knowledge of our own destination, to see what hideous wonder might greet our demise. We passed through another chamber, this one lined nearly floor to ceiling with paintings of the most distressing subjects imaginable. The death of millions, the annihilation of the cosmos. There and other abominations were on proud display, rendered in the oils of colors as such to make the mind rebel. One canvas showed the very mountain we stood within, wrapped in chains of darkness to rival the abyss, all bound with an iron padlock, inscribed with writhing vermilion runes. We had no time to ponder the meaning of this artistry, for the creatures that seemed legion were again upon us. Well, it looks like we get to push this up all the way to 7 now, and this one gets pushed all the way up to 5. Beautiful. Finally, our horror events. Okay, this is a locked chapter. Instead of activating a chapter space, we're going to do something else here. We have here, when an action space is activated, attack 3 black dice to its adjacent units. Holy crap. So if you do a barrel, that would attack them twice, I would say, I think. We have to, for 5 times, when an action space is activated, go to the next chapter. So we have to do that 5 times, you guys. We have to get attacked 5 times for 3 black dice. Wow. However, explorers are at max essence, so we actually get to increase our essence all the way to full once this is revealed. So, poor Philip, who's only at, well, he should have been at 1 because we did open that chest. He's going to go all the way to 5. Now, the 5 essence for Kim is completely useless because she had that anyways. Philip's going to go ahead and move 2 more spaces, 1, 2 for his final 2 stamina. And that should end our activation. Let's go to the spawn phase. This one's for Phil. Lower than a 7, please. No, that's a 10. He's going to spawn something. And then we have for Kim, she's going to roll a 4. So we'll reduce the spawn by 1. And then we need a lower than a 5 here. We have an 8, so we do have a horror event. We'll increase our threat by 1, decrease this by 1. Let's spawn our enemy and then draw our horror card. And please don't get an ethereal enemy. Please don't get an ethereal enemy. We have the Shantak. So this is a level 2, only 1 health, and that's nice. On a new round, place this monster to first position in the monster queue. When this monster moves, adjacent monsters move up to 1 space. Oh, let's flip that wonderful horror event. We have Lingering Threat. We are more accustomed to the consistent tremors and rumblings that shake this subterranean place now. This time, however, we felt a second quake right after the first, undermining our complacency. It was unusual enough in of itself, but after the convolution had died down, we sensed a rising threat. Increase monster threat by 1. Not terrible. We'll push this up 1 more space. Boy, it's going to be quick before we have 4, the level 4 enemies. We'll put that Shantak right here, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away versus this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. We're going to activate the Soral first. He has a total of 4 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just trying to catch up at this point. Then we have the Formless Spawn. He has a total of 4 movement as well, and it can move through walls and close doors, but not obstacles. So 1, 2, 3. And it's within range 2, but it doesn't have enough, so it's just going to try and get as close as possible to Kim for 4. Then the Shantak is going to go, and when this monster moves, adjacent monsters would move 1 space, but there aren't any adjacent monsters. It's going to try and move. It has 4 total movement. 1, 2, 3, and it needs to be adjacent to attack. 4. Oh man, they're all coming right up. And then on the new round, we're going to place this monster in the front of the queue. So it's going to go first before the Soral or the Formless Spawn. We are, however, going to be able to move Philip 1 space. And now we're going to see if Kim can heal a little bit before these 3 enemies attack her. She needs a 5 or higher, and she gets a 9. Beautiful. That means she's all the way up to 3 wonderful health. Wow, 3 health and 5 essence. And of course, her 6 stamina. Now, my question becomes, if I have a Horde Reaper in my hand, would you really want to get adjacent to me? And the answer is no. 3 dice 3 black dice for only 3 stamina, we can attack adjacent units. That's both of them. Now we need 6 or more to actually hit the Shantak, and we're not adjacent to a wall, so we don't get +1. So I need 6 with these 3. Oh, I got 3, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. We just in one attack took out both of these units. Now both of them are level 2s, so they're going to be removed from the game, and unfortunately our essence is full, so we can't gain any more essence, but for 3 stamina, taking out 2 enemies, I'll take it. Let's remove those 2 dead carcasses from the board. Then, for our final 3, for our 3 stamina, we're going to activate this space, this event space. However, we're going to get attacked by 3 dice because of that. We have 4 defense, and we only get hit by 2. 2 damage, 4 defense, we take no damage for that. Let's see what our event is. Let's flip over our card, and we have Dreams of Tranquility. Terror did not greet me tonight as it has so many other nights before. I dreamed of a place long lost in time which whispered its forgotten memories to me. I saw halls that will never again hold the shadows of passing visitors, and felt the breeze that roams through these deserted chambers, looping and circling, but only ever encountering itself. I awoke with a bright smile, knowing that today I had found tranquility. Decrease monster threat by 2. Take that, horror events! Well, that kind of came at the perfect time. We'll push this all the way down to the start. Phil is next to go. He's going to go ahead and spend 3 to open that chest. That means we'll place our second token onto our sheet. We need 3 more, but he's going to get attacked by 3 black dice. I'm realizing his physical resistance is not great. It's only 2. And we only rolled 2. Bummer. So he's going to go from 4 down to 3, and he has spent 3 of his stamina so far. Let's do 1 apparel and 1 consumable. So our apparel, your attacks are arcane. Oh, and the Stygian file, you don't lose health this round. Well, okay. You don't lose health this round. That's actually kind of cool. This one is cool. You can move through units. We haven't really used that, but it's going to reduce our willpower defense. Yeah, I'm gonna unequip that one and re-equip this one because I can, and I'm going to discard this one. Once again, still nothing that's helping us with ethereal enemies. I think then I'm going to explore for my next 2 stamina, and I'll have 1 stamina left. Oh man, look at this tile. We have 2 places we can activate here, another one here, 4 in the center, so we should be good. We have 1 more movement we can do, so let's just move here for our final stamina. That means now we will move to our spawn phase. Our spawning level is 6, and our horror level is 5. I don't even know why I rolled a die. I should just assume we're going to get it. We'll roll for Philip. He gets a 3, no spawning, so that spawn is now down to a 5. This is for Kim. Kim rolls a 2, no enemies. That means we're going to have a horror event, right? Less than a 5. No, that's a 2. Okay, spawn down by 2 and horror down by 1. No enemy spawn. Barrett, if you are watching this, I think it's safe to say you need to use the die that came with the game. The Sorrel is the only enemy on the board. He's just going to go 1, 2. He's going to use his remaining 3 to attack Kim. He rolls 2 black, 2 white. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guarantee you she does not have that much armor. So I'm just going to push her down by 1. She's down to 2 health. That's all right. We're going to start the next round, and the 2 things that we get to have happen is we can have Philip move 1 space if he wants, and let's check if we can restore some health on Kim. So we'll roll this 5 or higher, 5 or higher. That's a 10! So that's just going to put her right back to 3 health. Take that, you Sorrel. You thought you were hurting me, but not really. Based on what I'm seeing here for Philip, I definitely do not want to have him move. He can activate both of these spaces. That's going to give us a total of 4 out of the 5 spaces that we need to activate to move to the next chapter. So with that start of the round, we're going to have Philip activate both of these spaces. Now this is a first one that you haven't seen this. This is a restore space. So this one would give us 1 essence, but we have full essence and we get to gain an item. This one, we're just going to roll this die. It looks like this. It can give us additional health. It can give us more stamina. So let's go ahead and do the gain item space first, followed by this one. And I'm going to attack myself twice with black dice. 3 dice for the first attack. 3. We're going to take a damage for that one. I think let's go ahead and take a health for that one. And then let's do the second one. And 2, 3, yeah, our defense is only 2. We'll take that as essence. So we're down to 4 essence and 2 health. But that does mean we'll get to roll this die, and we gain 1 health back. Cool. So we'll gain the 1 health. We're back to 3, and we've used all 6 of our stamina. And let's go ahead and flip 2 items. Let's do 1 consumable, a Flungimus Flask, what a name. And we have the Tortus Adrada. This one has attack with 3 dice, that's melee. We can also push, increase armor by 2 and willpower by 1. Ooh, that's kind of cool. This target unit is Ethereal this round. Explorers can target Ethereal units this round. Oh, but that's what I wanted. Okay, we're going to take this one. That is a consumable, and then we're going to put this one back on top. No, we're going to discard it. There's better ones. We'll just discard it. With only 1 enemy out, I think Kim is just going to go 1, 2, and then she's going to spend her other 3 stamina, so she has 1 left, to do this gain item. She will get attacked for 3 dice, but we're also going to complete this chapter. And who knows, we might find a super awesome item. Can she withstand this attack? Let's see. Well, 1, 2, no, it doesn't even matter what I roll. Yeah, she'll take a point of damage. She'll definitely do it in, well, let's do it in essence. Yeah, we're at 4. That's fine. Let's do a consumable and an apparel. So our consumable is a telescopic anise bowl. You can activate action spaces this round as though you are adjacent to them. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then this one, whoa, 3 armor. When you are hit this round, attacks targeting the same attack. Oh, wait. Attack target with same attack roll. Whoa! We definitely want this. Now, from how I understand it, I cannot immediately equip that because, well, it does match. That's great. But this is the main item. This one I'll put in my inventory. I have to spend 3 stamina to put that on. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how that's going to work. You can activate action spaces. Nah. I'm just going to discard that one. Well, I wasn't expecting to be able to complete this so quickly, but it ended up working. We've got a total of 5 here, so I'll remove those. We've completed chapter 4. Oh man, that art. Look at all of this. Look at all these guys staring down at us. This is going to be fun. Chapter 5, Room of Fog. The amulet now glowed solid, its crimson light hurtful to the eyes. It grew useless as a compass, but its control was no longer needed, for some other force pulled at us now, guiding us as the rifle guides the bullet. The force repelled even as it drew, its malevolent nature screaming that we leave even as it promised for of satisfaction drew us forward. We entered into an anteroom, engulfed in a miasma, a sickly fog as green as bile, redolent with odor of decay. The amulet now proved of some further use, for we held it aloft to see our way through the murk. Ochre shadows wavered against the walls, moving out of time with our bodies. They disoriented us and made deciphering friend from foe nigh impossible. We carried on, our destination for better or worse in our grasp. We're going to reset the spawn to 6 and the horror to 5. That actually helps us on both ends. Thank you very much. And then we have here, place the exit token. On new round, explorers move up to 2 spaces towards the spawn space, aka making it harder for us to find the exit. Kim now gets to decide the location of the exit token on any edge of the map tile in the plane area. So I believe it has to be hers because that's the one that she's using. An exit token cannot be placed on top of an existing entry token. When the last survivor explorer exits the map tile, then we'll move to the next chapter. We'll place that exit token right here. So all she has to do is get through here. Unfortunately for Philip, he's going to have to go through, there's a wall here, run around, run through here to get to here. And just like when you explore, you have to use 2 stamina to then exit the tile. Now, when you exit the tile, everything on the board is banished. We'll go ahead and read the next chapter, and most likely, well, for sure, a new tile will come into play. Kim does have 1 more stamina she can use, so she's just going to move 1 space over here. Okay, now we have our spawn and our horror. We'll do Philip first. It has to be a 6 or lower. We're good. Then it's going to be Kim. It's a 5 or lower, and she gets a 9, so she's going to spawn something. And then the horror is 5, so we get a 7. So we have a horror and 1 enemy spawn. We'll move the threat track up 1. That first spawn did not spawn anything, so it would go down, but the second one did, so we'll just leave it right here. Let's go ahead and flip our monster, and we have a Shoggoth. Oh, this is a level 3. It only takes 2 of its stamina to attack with 3 black and 2 white. Oh my gosh, look at that physical resistance of 7. When this monster is adjacent to a wall, it is ethereal and has armor and will increased by 2. A new round, restore 1 health to this monster. Yeah, wow. You can see they're going to get harder. We'll flip our horror card, and we have Lose Hope. The longer we wander without hope through the mountain, the less visible the paths ahead and behind become. The eternal, endless darkness holds us tight, crushing out all happy memories and every last optimistic dream. We can feel it washing over us again, the intense emptiness that arises remorsefully and chains us in place. Forgetful, desperate, and forlorn, every reason to continue on is consumed by the shadows. Bound Explorer events are destroyed. We don't have any. We're good to go. The Shoggoth is going to spawn right here. We're then going to activate enemies. The Saral is first. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have enough that it can attack. This Shoggoth is going to move 1, 2. It has 2 more, just enough to attack. Poor Kim, surrounded. 3 black. 2 dice. If she doesn't get damaged, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she does. So she'll go from 3 health back down to 2. That's going to end the round. Technically, he would try and heal, but he's totally healed right now, so that's not going to happen. She will try and restore 1 health, and she gets a 9. Beautiful. So it's like that Shoggoth didn't do anything to her. She's going to push her health back up to a 3. And you know that Philip is going to use this sextant so that he can move up to 1 space. He had, of course, explored this room thinking that the exit was here, not realizing it was over there. And he goes, Kim, I'm coming for you. So he'll spend 1 movement to move here because he can move diagonally. Okay, let's start that next round. Before we jump into the next round, I need to remember that this room had us have the effect that at the beginning of a new round, explorers move 2 spaces towards a spawn gate. So because of that, poor Kim, actually not poor Kim, Kim's going to get lucky. She's going to get 1, 2. She's going to get pulled right here, closer to the exit. Philip, though, he's going to go 1, 2, because that spawn space is right here. Yes, that didn't help him very much. So I think because of this, Kim's just going to run away. I don't think it's worth having her stay around here because if she's off the board, we don't have to roll for spawning for her. So she's going to move here for 1. She's then, for 3 stamina, going to activate this. That's a total of 4. And then as long as nothing crazy happens, which that should actually be good, the last 2, she should be able to escape. She'll flip her card and she gets Trophy Collector. There's a rush of adrenaline and the spatter of gore as abominations fall in front of me. Blood pounds in my ears as the urge to hunt and kill my enemies overwhelms my very being. Moments ago, they wanted to rip my face to shreds, and now I find equanimity in salvaging their corpses and collecting the trophies that I make part of myself. Oh, Kim, jeez. Okay, we have to... Oh, this is a bonded event. When we kill 3 enemies, we can light a chapter space and decrease monster's threat by 2. Cool. She's also going to gain an essence because of that, so she's at max essence, and she has 3 health. Then, all she's going to do is run away! So she's off the board. Philip, on the other hand, is not so lucky. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even know if that's good. He's not going to kill anything. He's going to get hammered by these guys, but then if he can survive 1, 2, and he should be able to escape. Spawning is at a 6. He rolls a 3, so he's good. And horror is at a 5. He rolls a 2, so he's good. Both of those will go down. We'll now spawn at 5, and the horror is at 4. The Thrall is going to go first, simply moving 1 space here and attacking him 1 time. Unfortunately, this Shoggoth, I had to do it. Maybe I didn't, but I did. He's going to get attacked twice from the Shoggoth. Let's do the Thrall first. Remember, our defense is only 2. We'll roll these up. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. That's 3. So let's go ahead and lose 1 health. We'll go down to 2 for that first one. And then the Shoggoth is going to attack with 3 black. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. We'll go down to 1 health for that one. And the second attack, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we're going to go down to 1. And then we're going to go down to only 3 essence. However, then at the beginning of the round, we'll be able to use our reflective sextant. That allows us to move 1 space, and then we're going to get pushed 2 spaces towards the spawn gate. But then during our explorer phase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, run away! We have now completed chapter 5. Let's go ahead and flip our card. And it appears that we have found the pillar. Look at that. I love this art. Chapter 6, The Clarion. Pushing past the fog, we stepped into another chamber. The amulet died, its crimson light with us one moment and vanished the next. The gem crumbled and fell to dust. A chartreuse light suffused the room and drew our eyes to the center. A column tall as 2 men resided there. It appeared glass-like and blazed with the vilest green. It pulsed as the amulet had. An unearthly sound joined the throbbing light, a dull beat that hurt the mind and grated the senses. A man stood beside the pillar, as gaunt as a cadaver, with eyes the black of moonless night. He wore robes with the embroidery of crimson and gold runes, which signified some high rank within the cult. He laughed when he saw us.
You have been summoned to atone for your sins,
he said.
Let the emerald void take you, and your souls go to feed the Great One.
As if answering his imprecation, the pillar flashed, blinding us and screaming like an eagle through our resolve, rending all thought. As we reeled, the monolith called to us, promising nothing but death. So now we're going to move to the end game. We're going to have to pull out a specific tile for this end game. We have set up destroy the chapter spaces. And then we can get to part 2 when all chapter spaces are unlit. We have an action here that we can spend 3 of our stamina when we're adjacent to a pillar, restore 1 essence, teleport to any entry token, refresh any chapter space. We'll move our spawn to 6, and we'll leave... No, we get to move this up. We get to move up our horror to 5. And here we are. This is our end game tile. In the center here, we have our pillar. Just imagine that going straight up. We have our 4 chapter spaces that start off destroyed. What we have to do is get adjacent to that pillar, spend 3 stamina, and it'll refresh one of them. We have to have all 4 refreshed before we get to go to chapter 2. But every time we restore one of these, guess what happens? We get teleported back to those entry spaces. So it's going to take us a bit of time to do this. The nice thing is there's no enemies out to start with. Thank goodness. Now, what's interesting is I see trap spaces. I haven't activated any traps actually in this game. But you can see all these trap spaces in here, but I don't see a lever at all. So I'm not entirely sure how it would go off. We've got a lot of recharge stations. We got some event spaces. We've got some barrels here. So if I have ethereal enemies, I might have to bring them out there. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is I'll start with Philip. He's going to... Oh, it's the beginning of a new round. He gets a free movement. And we also get to see if Kim can heal. Come on, Kim, heal it up. A 6 will definitely work. She will heal by 1. She just needed a 5 or higher. So that's going to put her at 4. Gosh, she is ready to go. And she has a full 6 stamina. Let's go ahead and start off with Philip. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and, oh man, 5. Put himself adjacent to it this way. Yeah. And he's got 1 more stamina, but he's not going to use it for anything. Kim then will go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're both adjacent to the pillar. That's all we're going to do. Now let's go ahead and spawn. We'll do Philip first, a 5 and under. We're good. Oh, that was almost a 10, but it's a 4. So he's not going to spawn anything. We'll move the spawn number down. Now, if it's a 5 or higher, it's a 5. Oh, we almost didn't spawn anything. But no, Kim's going to spawn something. And then our horror is 5 as well. Ah, bummer. So we are going to have a horror. Not going to be sad that we're only spawning 1 enemy, but the horror, bummer. We'll draw our top enemy here, and we have, what is it, a spawn of Orn. This is a level 3. It's within range 2. It's going to do an arcane attack. It has 2 health. Let's see. Destroy target closed door. Oh, don't close the door on it. When this monster dies, re-invoke a horror event. Oh, that's nasty. We'll flip that horror event, and we have paralyzing fog. A gust of strange fumes filled the place like a giant wave, and after only a few moments, we were left paralyzed, frozen, in a position as the miasma enveloped us. Our open eyes watered with our futile efforts to remain mobile, and it was only sheer desperation that allowed us to take any actions at all. Explorers can't move this round. We're next to the pillar. That's actually not terrible. I don't think that's terrible. Well, the spawn of Orn is going to show up right here. A total of 5 stamina. It attacks at a range of 2, so it's just going to move 1 space here. And then with 4 stamina left, it's going to attack twice on Kim with its arcane attack of 2 black and 2 white. Kim has willpower defense of 4. Let's see if it can do anything. Nope, that first hit definitely going to hit her. Will lose 1 health. That'll put her down to 3. And for the second attack, oh yeah, no. She got hammered. So she's going to go from 4 down to 2. That'll end this round. Normally Philip would be able to move, but I'm going to call that horror event doesn't allow him to move. It's for this next round. But we do still get to do the healing here. So I'm going to roll that D10, and I'm looking for a 5 or higher. And we got a 4. Seriously, we got a 4? Bummer. So no healing. You know, instead of losing 2 health, I think instead I'm going to lose 2 stamina. So I'm going to go back to 5 and go down to 3 for Kim. I think that's fair. I haven't done anything else that would affect that. And the reason why is because I'm planning on killing this guy, which will give us an essence. And then when I activate this, I'll gain an essence as well. So let's go ahead and use that awesome Reaper that we have, the Horrid Reaper, to attack this guy. His physical defense is a measly 5. We're going to do this one first at a range of 2. We're going to roll these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Pull him 1 space next to us. And then let's go ahead and do it again. We just need to take him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. He's toast. That will give us that 1 essence back, and we'll remove him from the board. He is a level 3, so that means he could come around again. I'll just put him in the discard pile. Then we're going to go ahead and do Philip. Philip, for his first 3 stamina, he'll go ahead and activate this space and roll the restoration die. Let's give it a roll, and we get 1 health. I will definitely take that. So we'll go from 1 health to 2. Woohoo! And then we're going to activate that space next to the obstacle. And by that, I mean the pillar. So I'm going to restore 1 essence. That's going to put me up to 4. And then I'm going to teleport to an entry space and refresh any chapter space. Let's go ahead and refresh this one, and we'll teleport back over to here. We can't move, but that's going to be the end of our activation anyways. I should also mention, we've placed 1 token on here because we just killed 1 enemy. 2 more, and we can actually activate this effect. Let's go to spawning. We'll start with Philip. He rolls a 1. I needed a lower than a 6, so now it's lower than a 5, and this is for Kim. Kim rolls a 3. No enemies. And let's go ahead and see for our horror. Horror 6, of course, we're going to have a horror. This is going to be pushed down 2 spots. We'll keep increasing our threat. And let's go ahead and flip our next card, and we have the floor becomes a blur and the pattern etched on the stones move around whimsically, forcing us to grab a hold of the walls for support. So faint and confused did the view make us. In the next instant, spikes erupted from the ground, dark and menacing, ready to impale anything so unfortunate as to be standing above them. Oh, well, that's a way to trigger the blasted traps. And you know who's on one is Kim. So Kim is going to get attacked by 3 black dice. Her physical defense is 4, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's going to hit her. I think I'm going to do Essence again, just because it is somewhat easier for me to get my Essence back up. And then what I'm going to do at the beginning of the round, I'm going to go ahead and allow Phil to move 1 space, because we're no longer having the issue of not being able to move 1 space. And let's go ahead and try this. Oh, come on, 5 or higher, 5 or higher. Oh, it's a 4. So because it's a 4, we don't get to heal. Phil will move a whopping 1 space. So now let's go ahead and activate our explorers. Let's start with Phil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might as well just come right back to the same spot. I'm not sure why I wouldn't. And we've got 1 stamina left. That's all we're going to do. For Kim, though, Kim will spend 3 stamina to go ahead and equip her items. She's going to equip an upgrade. This is her main item. That's an upgrade. Her Ameliorator. When you are hit this round, attack target units with the same attack roll, which is awesome. But she has to spend 2 of her stamina to do it, and she will have to spend an essence. But that gives her 2 more of the physical defense and 1 more willpower defense. She's then going to spend her remaining 3 stamina to do the action where she'll gain 1 essence. She'll go to 4, refresh a chapter space, and push herself back to an entry tile. So we've both gone. Let's go ahead and do the spawn phase. Okay, Phil, you have to roll lower than a 4 for this to happen. He rolled a 4. So we'll have a spawn. That will go back up to 6. And let's see, we have a 9. So 2 spawns. Oh, Barrett, why would you do this to me? And a horror. Great. We'll move this back up to a 6. Move this up by 1. Our first spawn will be the Cthulhu. Oh, this guy's immobile, so it's not going to ever move. If wounded monster exists, restore 1 health. Otherwise, arcane attack 3 explorers. That's all it's going to do, and it's going to arcane attack each of us. It only has 1 health. It's just going to sit there. That's by Phil. This one's going to be by Kim, and we have a level 3 elder thing. It only takes one stamina. Arcane attack 3 explorers. Oh my gosh, we're just going to get attacked by everything. When any monster dies, this monster arcane attacks 3 explorers. This one has 2 health. Weird though. These are 2 fun ones. We'll put the Cthulhu right here, and we'll put the elder thing right here. Now they're both going to activate, so we're both going to get attacked first by 3 white dice, then by 3 black dice, both arcane attacks. Here's the 3 white dice attack. We have a total of 3. What's great is we both have a willpower of 5, so we're good there. That one actually didn't hit us. That tree didn't even touch us. However, the elder one, it's only a 4, and we have a 5 total with our willpower both. Ha ha ha! Take that. Neither of them did damage to us. Then we can try doing the healing for Kim. Come on, Kim, heal it up. Nope, she rolled a 1. Why can't you roll a 1 when we're rolling for a horror? Philip could technically move 1 space, but I don't think we're going to do it. I think instead, we're just going to spend the 3 stamina, gaining 1 essence for it. This is going to push us up to a total of 5 essence. I like that. We're going to then refresh one of the final chapter spaces. We only have 1 more we need to refresh. That does mean we're going to get pushed back to here. So that was 3 stamina. Then let's go ahead and move 4, 5, 6. I think that's all we're going to do. For Kim's turn, she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she is 1 away. Or do I want to stop here so I can attack that elder thing? You know what? I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to move here. I'm going to use my regular attack on this elder thing. I only roll 1 white die, but something you can do with stamina, or not stamina, essence. You can spend essence to increase your die roll for an attack. All I need for this guy is a 5. So if I can get a 2, I could spend 3 essence to kill him and then get 1 essence back. Maybe not worth it, but I kind of want to do it. Oh, and I'm adjacent to a wall, so my attack level is already a 1. Let's roll this out. That's a 2. 1, 2, 3. I will spend 2 more essence, 4, 5, and then go up by 1 because I defeated it to take out that stupid elder thing. What am I saying? I didn't take it out. That'd only be 1 point of damage to it. I think I'm still going to do it. It's risky, but I think I need to start doing some damage to this guy. So he has 1 health remaining. This means it's time for spawning. Let's roll for Philip. Philip rolls a 5. That's less than a 6. Okay, so now we need less than a 4 for Kim. Come on, less than a 4. No, it's an 8. So we're going to spawn 1 enemy. And then our horror, that's going to be less than a 5. And it'd be nice if I actually rolled the die in the tray. That's a 7. I know you guys probably want to see level 4 enemies. I don't really. This will just stay here. It would have gone down, but it went back up. And another enemy spawns. Let's go ahead and draw our card. And we have a Byakshi. Ugh. This guy attacks with 3 black dice. When any monster dies, this monster teleports to that space. I remember this guy. Barrett did this cool thing where he dropped him in a pit. I haven't seen really any pit. He had some really cool pit tiles. I just happened to not draw any. Let's go ahead and flip our horror event. We have Trapping the Halls. For some time, I have toyed with the idea of redirecting the trigger mechanism of the traps in this place. I concluded that it should be possible to use the same network that exists between all the systems here. The only potential problem that could arise from unintentional activation would be impalement, complete with shock and severe trauma for an agonizing death. Well, let's try this, shall we? When any explorer is adjacent to exploding barrels, that barrel is hit. Oh, you can't even get adjacent to it. It's just going to explode. Well, that Byakshi is going to come right here. Hope you're ready for some brutal attacks. First, it's the white dice attack from the Cthulhu. 3. Beautiful. It needed 5 or more to hit us. Second one is 3 black dice from that elder thing. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's going to hit both of us. So I'll go ahead and take 1 damage for Philip, and I'll take 1 damage for Kim. Kim will go down to 3 health. She's running low on essence. But then the fun part. The Byakushi is standing right there next to Kim. He's going to be able to do this twice, attack with 3 dice. Her physical defense is 3 plus 3 is 6. Oh, I guess, so he needs 6 or more to hit her. 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that one missed. And the second one is 3, 4, 5. Take that. Kim is the bomb. Let's see if Kim can restore health at the beginning of the round. 6. She most certainly can. Beautiful. So she's going to go from 3 to 4. And let's go ahead and allow Phil to move 1 space. He's going to move right here. Our plan is we're going to take out this elder thing. This Byakushi is going to move there. We'll take out the Byakushi. The Cthulhu we're probably not going to take care of, but hopefully then not too much will spawn, and then we can have someone run over here and activate this in the next turn. So let's have Philip go first. He's just going to take 1 stamina use and move 1 space here. Then he's going to attack that elder thing. He'll use 3 stamina for this, so he has a total of 2 left. He needs to get a 5 or higher to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, I almost thought I didn't have it. That will take out the elder thing. Unfortunately, our stamina is totally full. Now, when that elder thing dies, it is going to attack all explorers with 3 white dice. Remember, both of our will is 5, though. So let's see. 1 didn't even hurt us. That elder thing actually wasn't as bad as I thought. We'll remove the elder thing from the board. That will just go into the discard pile because that was a level 3 enemy. And then the Byakushi will teleport there. The Byakushi only has 2 willpower as defense. All of his attacks are considered arcane, so he is going to spend the last 2 to try and attack that Byakushi. He rolls 1 die for this attack. Beautiful, that's a 2. He'll do 1 point of damage to the Byakushi. Unfortunately, it's not all the way dead, but it's close to being dead. Kim's then going to use her Reaper to take that Byakushi out. She needs 5 for the attack because this will be a physical attack and its physical resistance or armor is 5. 2 black and 2 white. We need a total of 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. That Byakushi is gone. That will give her 1 essence, which she actually really needs. She's back to 3. The Byakushi is a level 1, so I'm just going to toss it over there and remove the standee forever. We'll never see that guy again. She has a total of 3 more stamina. We're going to spend 1 to move here, and I don't have enough. I need 3 to activate the pillar, so I think that's all we're going to do. Let's go ahead and move to the spawn phase. Our spawning number is 6. Come on, less than a 6, less than a 6. That's a 3. I'm telling you, Phil is amazing. Now less than a 5, less than a 5. That's a 0. So Kim's going to spawn something. Now less than a 5 for a horror event. That's a 2. Finally, no horror event. That means the horror event number will go down to a 4. We'll draw our next enemy. And we have a Mygo. Okay, this guy doesn't look terrible. He's a level 1. He will spend 2 to attack with 3 white dice. When this monster dies, the attacker invokes an Explorer event. We'll place Mygo right here, and unfortunately he is right next to Philip, so he's going to attack Philip twice with 2 arcane attacks. Let's see if he can get 5. He only gets 3 for the first one. Beautiful. And the second one, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, really, with 5 willpower, it's hard with only white attacks. Okay, then we'll roll this die for healing. We get an 8. That means that Kim will get to heal. Her health can go all the way up to 5, so she's all the way up to 5. Boy, that stone, the percolating stone, has been amazing. And then Phil will be able to move 1 space. Oh, wait, I forgot about Katoon. I have to roll 3 white dice for his attack, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I had to say something. He does a point of damage to each of us. We only had 5, so that will put Philip down to 4, and that will put Kim... I'll go ahead and take that as health damage since we are at full. We'll go down to 4. Now Philip gets to move 1 space, and he's going to go ahead and move right here. To start us off for this round, what do you guys say we get to part 2 of the endgame? We're going to spend 3 stamina for Kim. She's going to go ahead and gain 1 essence. This will move her from 3 to 4 essence. And then what we can do is remove this, and oops, not this one. We're going to remove this one up here. Yes, you can just barely see it. That is our last chapter space. She will be teleported back to a starting location. Let's go ahead and put her over here. And now we can move to Endgame Part 2. We have completed the objective of all chapter spaces are unlit. let's move to part 2. We now have to refresh any spawn spaces. I didn't do anything with the spawn spaces, so that's fine. The pillar is now an obstacle, so it's in the way. Pillar has health equal to the explorer count times 2, so it has a total of 4 health. Our goal is simple. We just need to destroy the pillar. Now, in order to do that, when sealing a spawn space, normally that costs 4 essence. It only will cost 1. And it states here that whenever we refresh any destroyed spawn space while adjacent to the pillar, which takes 3 total stamina, we can restore an essence, pillar loses 1 health, and then teleport to any entry space. So basically, we need to destroy, this is crazy, we need to destroy the spawn spaces. After doing that, then we need to go to the pillar and refresh it to then deal a damage to the pillar. We have to do that 4 times. Let's do it. Kim has a total of 3 more stamina. She's just going to go 1, 2, 3. She's going to start running towards these 2 spawn spaces, which are on the other side of the board. Now, for Philip here, what we're going to do is we're actually adjacent to this spawn point. We could just attack this Mygo, but since now I want to destroy those spawn spaces, we're going to spend 3 stamina and only 1 essence. We're going to decrease the monster threat by 1. If there's a unit on top of it, destroy it. Put 2 destroyed tokens on top of it, and put a light token on a chapter space on your map tile. So we'll go ahead and destroy this Mygo. I'm assuming that we gain the essence from that because it's destroyed during our turn. I've placed 2 of those there. Let's go ahead and light this chapter space. Not that that really matters. This Mygo is a level 1, so it's gone for the rest of the game. We will never see it again. Our essence will move up to 5 since we just defeated the Mygo. I believe that we can do that. And then I'm going to move myself 1, 2, so I'm right here. I have 1 stamina left. Can't do anything with it. Next round, though, I can refresh that and deal 1 out of the 4 damage to the pillar. Let's go ahead now and do our spawning. Our spawn level is at 6. Horror level is at 4. And I think I forgot to talk about that, but that just happens to be what is on this card, 6 and 4. Beautiful. This first one is for Philip. We'll roll. He gets an 8, so he's going to spawn a monster. For Kim, Kim gets a 2, so we'll decrease it by 1. Only 1 monster. And then we've got a 4, which is exactly the right amount for a horror event. And you know what? This is the disadvantage of recording over multiple days. I missed that when an explorer is adjacent to an exploding barrel, the barrel is hit. She would not have done that. She would have just moved here, stayed out of that range. There's no reason to do that to herself. So I'm going to have her there because that's what the current horror event is. We'll increase that threat. Look at this. Only 3 more and we're going to get level 4 enemies. And then this is going to go down to a 5. Let's go ahead and flip our next enemy. And we have the Witch. Okay, the Witch is a level 1, destroy target action space, arcane attack, attacking all explorers. Oh man, when it does that. And this one is an arcane attack of 3. Only 1 health though, 4 stamina. Let's go ahead and draw our horror event, and we have the Psychic Connection. Cold claws dug into my mind and a chill voice whispered in my ear. My limbs were no longer my own. I watched in helpless horror as I threw myself bodily on my comrades, the evil within me determined that I bring them all to death. In so doing, I would dang myself to an eternal torment. Attack 2-1, each explorer adjacent to another explorer. Oh, beautiful. That doesn't do anything. That only happens when it comes into play, so we don't have to worry about it. The closest spawn point to Kim is actually this one here, so we're going to put the Witch right here. Cthulhu will activate just by attacking with 3 white dice, just like normal. The Witch will go ahead and destroy both of these action spaces, this one and this one. So that's a total of 4, and each time it's going to attack us with 1 black and 2 white dice. Remember that whenever attacks target multiple units, it's only ever 1 die roll, and you compare it to their defense. So this first attack here is for 3 white dice. 2, 3, we both have willpower of 5, so that doesn't hit. Now, that was Cthulhu. Now we're going to have the Witch. The Witch is going to roll 1 black and 2 white, and she's going to do this twice. This is an arcane attack as well, so willpower of 5 each. And we get 2 for the first one, no hit. Our second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's going to hit both of us. So I'm going to have Philip lose 1 essence. He's going to go down to 5. And we're definitely going to have, I think we're going to have Kim put her health down by 1, so she's down to 3 health. Then, after that, we'll do our regular, Phil gets to do 1 movement, and we'll roll for restoration of health a 0. That's the wrong way. Yeah, no, that is the right way. Beautiful. It says on new round, you have to roll 5 or higher, restore 1 health. So that means Kim will go right back to 4 health. Gosh, that is the coolest item ever. Well, I've decided that Phil will move right here. Sure. Okay, we'll start off with Philip this round. We are going to do the action on the card here. We're going to spend 3 out of our 6 stamina. We're going to store 1 essence, and then the pillar is going to lose 1 health, and we're going to refresh this spawn space. That'll mean we'll move back up to 5 total essence, and then we get teleported back to a starting location. Oh, do I want to go here or here? Let's do this one. And now we only need to do that 3 more times. I think for our final 3 stamina, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would definitely say we have line of sight. I'm going to take a pot shot at that witch. Oh, I can't. I only have 1 stamina left. What am I saying? I think instead then I'm just going to move right here. Then all Kim is going to do is run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I saying? Guess what she has? Choose a direction and move until you reach an obstacle. So she's going to spend 2 out of her 6 stamina to do this. She's going to use her jet boots and all the way over here. That was only 2. Then she's going to move 3, 4. Oh yeah, she can't take care of that spawn space yet, but she's right next to it. She'll be able to take care of it next time. That means we'll end the explorer phase. Let's move to spawning and the horror. Our first spawn will be for Philip. He needs to roll a 4 or less. He rolls a 0, so he's going to spawn an enemy. And then Kim is also going to spawn an enemy. And let's see about the horror event. Come on. We're going to have all 3. We'll move the spawn back up to 6. The horror I'm just never going to move. This is going to be placed 1 more here. Let's spawn 2 enemies and draw a horror. Oh no, you guys. Our first enemy, and this one will spawn by Phil. We have the Gug. It's going to spend 2 out of its 5 to destroy a target action space. It's also going to use 3 to attack at a range of 3. Okay, it has 2 health. It's not the end of the world. Okay, on our other one, we have the Deacon. Reduce Explorer's will by 2, increase horror rolls by 2, and it's ethereal. Okay, well, actually, to have that show up right by Kim is not the end of the world. We'll then draw our horror card, and we have Explosive Trap. In the midst of the eldritch, we were reminded the prosaic can be deadly still. A wire, unseen in the dim light, made a soft metallic ping, giving warning too late. A deadly gout of flame and sharpened metal barbs burst forth, leaving behind shredded flesh and snapped bones. This immediately happens. Attack 3-1, explores adjacent to action spaces. Oh, I don't even know. Is that any of us? Kim here is adjacent to a spawn space. Is that considered an action space? I'm going to say yes. I'm also going to put the Deacon over here, and I'm going to put the Gug right here. A 6 or higher will hit her here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bummer, that's going to hit her. I think I'm going to lose the... Well, let's see. I could get... Yeah, I'm going to lose 1 essence for that. Now the enemies are going to go, and unfortunately that Cthulhu is now going to be viable because that Deacon is reducing our willpower defense by 2, so we're each only at 3. He's going to roll 3 dice, 2, 3, 4. It's going to hit both of us. Wow, that sucks. So we're going to get pushed down to 4 on Philip, and then for Kim, she will go ahead and just lose a health for that one, so she'll go down to 3 health. Next, unfortunately, this wizard is going to get 2 shots off at Philip. Oh boy, you guys, I might lose yet. And then this Gug is going to go ahead and destroy this action space for 2. And then he can attack at a range of 3. So I think he's going to move here for 3. And he doesn't have enough to attack, so he'll just move 4 and 5. So he's going to be right up on Philip's face. And this guy is going to attack twice on Philip. I'm realizing the witch's range for the arcane attack is melee, so I'm going to have to spend 2 to get into melee range for Philip, and then only attack him once. Oh, that's a little better. This is pretty much a guaranteed hit. 3 black dice, yeah, 3, 6, 7. Philip is going to go down to only having 3 essence. That will end the round, so let's go ahead and roll to see if we heal over there. That's a 10. Beautiful. That will mean that we can heal by 1 HP. Should be back at 6 anyways. We're back up to 4 for Kim. And then we'll have Phil move 1 space. Phil could move right here, but I think this round we've got to take care of these enemies. So I think he's just going to stay right where he is so he can target both of them. Let's move back to the Explorer phase. First thing that we're going to do with Kim here, spend 3 stamina, and we're going to gain, actually only spend 1 essence to go ahead and destroy that spawn space. That's going to destroy the Deacon, so we'll gain that essence right back. So I'm just going to leave our essence the way that it is. That Deacon is only a level 2, so we're going to get rid of him. Our willpower is back to normal, thank goodness. And then for my final 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to move here. I'm going to try and destroy this one as well. For Philip, I do think we're going to have to attack these 2 enemies. I think the only one I'm actually going to be able to kill is this Gug. I'm going to go ahead and attack him twice with this attack, so I've got 2 white and 2 black. Remember that all of our attacks are arcane because of this ritual cloak, so we just need to get 3 or higher. We got more than 3 there, and let's do our second roll, and we definitely have more than 3 there. We'll gain 1 essence, so that'll put us up to 4. And then we will remove the Gug, and the Gug is a level 2, so we'll remove it from the game. With doing that, though, that'll end our Explorer phase, so let's go ahead and roll for spawning, and we get a 4. Beautiful, that won't spawn anything. This is for Kim, so now it's a 5 or less, and she gets a 6, so she'll spawn something. Come on, no horror event. No horror event. A 7. We'll have a horror event. We get to leave both of these the way they are. Now, I was going to move this up 1, but remember I destroyed that spawn space. Whenever you do that, you're supposed to reduce the threat by 1, and then I did increase it because of that horror, so we're still at the same spot. This monster will be spawning by Kim, and we have the spawn of the Alta Mnaka. Okay. 2 with a range of 3, attack 2. When this monster hits, blocker unequips 1 weapon. When this monster dies, attacker loses all stamina. Only has 1 health though. That's a level 3. Ugh. We'll go ahead and flip our horror event. We have Fate Trickster. As we become more familiar with our surroundings, we begin looking ahead with a glimmer of hope and confidence. Then, like a veil of forgetfulness, the dark tricked our mind and we forget our plans once again. Shuffle all the item decks. Okay, we can't even get any of them unless we get an Explorer event. We'll spawn that spawn over here. Now we will activate Cthulhu first. Then this witch is just going to attack Phil twice, and then this spawn here is going to attack Kim twice. We'll start with Cthulhu. We'll roll 3 white. We get 2, 4. Oh my gosh, our willpower is 5 for each of us. Let me double check. Yep, confirmed for 5. That is glorious. Cthulhu, you didn't get to hit us this time. Now we have the witch. The witch is going to attack Philip twice. We'll roll 3, 6. That's definitely going to hit him. He'll lose 1 essence for that. And 2, 4, 5. That's a physical attack. His physical defense is 2. It's terrible. Or no, that was an arcane attack, so but still 5 is enough. He's going to lose 2 essence. He's down to 2. Oh boy. Then the spawn of Elkanaka is going to attack Kim twice. And this is a regular attack. Her defense for that is 6. So he has to get 6 or higher. 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. That first one missed. Remember, if she gets hit, she has to unequip an item. So, or it says a weapon, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Didn't hit her at all. Okay, that's amazing. Now we'll go ahead and roll this to see if she heals. She does. That's a 5. So not only did she not take any damage from those attacks, she's going to be at 5. She is rocking. Unfortunately, Phil is at 1 health with 2 essence, so I'm a little worried about him. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit tricky with Phil here. Phil is going to get his free move to here. He's then going to move 1, 2 for 2 stamina. Then he's going to use 3, so he's used 5, and he's going to do the second point of damage here. His second point, you know what, I'm going to put it on here so you guys can see it. 2 damage on him, or on the pillar, which is great, but then we have to restore a spawn point. Oh, I was going to restore a spawn point over here, but we haven't done that. We'll restore this one. Okay, so that was action. Well, we have 1 more stamina. We have to teleport to an action space. I'm going to teleport to this one over here. And the more that I think about that, the more I think that's a bad idea. I want to protect him. He doesn't have a lot of essence, but here's the thing. It's going to take us forever to walk around. Not worth it. We're going to risk him. We're going to put him here. And let's see. 1, 2. She has to get adjacent. 3, 4. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave him here. He has 1 stamina. Then, instead, for Kim's turn, she's going to spend 3 essence, and not 3 essence, 3 stamina, and 1 essence to go ahead and destroy this spawn gate. When she does this, she loses 1 essence, so she'll go down to having only 2 essence, but she has full health, and actually she'll gain that essence back because we just destroyed this guy. Now, when it said whenever he was attacked and killed, he would then take all of your stamina, but since I would say that he was just destroyed by an effect, not by that actually being attacked, I don't think that affects her stamina. And then finally, for stamina 4, she's going to move here, stamina 5 here, and stamina 6 here. My goal is then to destroy this one again and then start running over to help Philip, because we've destroyed 3 spawn points now. We just need to destroy 1 more and then do this 2 more times to win the game. Okay, I think that's good. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep, she only has 4, so I think that's perfect, because if I'd moved up 1 more, she would have moved up and been able to attack him. So we'll keep him hidden. Let's go ahead and move to spawning. We'll start with Philip as usual. He'll roll a 4. That's beautiful. So now it has to be a 4 or under to not spawn anything. Nope, Kim spawned something, but that's okay because Kim can basically kill it by destroying the spawn space. Now it's the horror. I need this. Oh, and I destroyed a spawn space, so I need to push the threat track back 1. And we have an 8, so of course we have a horror event. Which actually means I'm not going to change anything on the board because I'd moved the threat tracker back and then up 1. And then, of course, we spawn the second time just like normal and the horror event. So we'll just leave it. We have the Urg. Okay, this is a level 2. Only has 1 stamina. It's going to roll a die on a 6 or higher. It's going to attack all the explorers. Otherwise, explorers move up to 3 spaces towards the spawn space. That's actually not bad, and it's immobile. Let's go ahead and draw our horror event, and we have Reaching Tentacles. We wandered through the corridors wearily, treading carefully so as to avoid noise. Perhaps we were too tired and noticed the tentacles that quietly began to reach out through the symbols on the ground, inching towards our feet. By the time we did, it was too late to resist their slimy grips of iron, and our struggling forms were dragged towards a dark and foreboding place. Teleport explorers to spawn space. Oh, that's mean. Well, it's actually not the end of the world. Urg here would have spawned here first, and we're already adjacent to the spawn point. Philip here would get spawned right to here, and that means that the witch will be able to attack him 1, 2, and then do 2 to attack here. So now let's activate our enemies. Cthulhu will do the 3 attack like normal. Then we will have the witch, and like I said, the witch will just move here and do a single attack, and then Urg will roll a die to see if he attacks. Cthulhu with the 3 white dice, and he gets 1, 2, 3. Nope, doesn't do anything. The witch, 3 black dice. Likely this is going to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. It did not. Philip has a total of 5 for his arcane or will resistance. And then we got to roll a die. 6 or higher. Let's see. It rolled a 3. So it would attack. Otherwise, move explorers up to 3 spaces towards the spawn space. Well, that has already happened, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we're going to roll this for the beginning of the next round. A 9. That means, oh, she's already at full health, so that's not going to help. And Phil can move 1 space. Phil will go ahead and move here. Then let's go ahead and move to the explorer phase. Phil's going to move 1, then spend 3 to refresh this spawn space, and that's our 3rd point of damage. So that was 4 stamina. We'll put him here. And I think with that, let's just keep him there. He has to get there 1 more time, you guys. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's still going to get in range of him. You know what? At this point, bring it on. He will. With doing that, he should restore 1 essence. I've probably missed that before, but that's my own fault. So we'll move him to 3 essence. That's actually super nice. Gives him a little bit more leeway. And I think we're just going to end with him. Then we're going to, over here, do the same thing that we've been doing before. We're going to spend 3 stamina. We're going to destroy that. That will actually push down, and I'm going to remember to do it now. It's going to push down that threat track by 1. We're going to have to spend 1 essence from Kim, but then she's going to heal that 1 essence right back because we just destroyed. And this guy's a level 2, so he's gone forever. We're not going to see him again. And then she can use 3 more stamina. 1, 2, 3. Have her start running over this way. Okay. Explorer turns really quick. We just need to get into here and refresh this spawn space, and we win. But of course, we have to see if we spawn anything, and we rolled a 3, so that's no spawn there for Phil. And for Kim, that's a 1 no spawn. And then for the horror, come on, the horror, a 2 no spawns, no horror. That's amazing. That just means we'll move this down by 2 and this one down by 1. Cthulhu is going to do what Cthulhu always does, and the witch is going to move 1, 2, 3, and be able to attack Phil. 3 black dice for this attack, 2, 4, 6. Ugh, just enough. That is going to hit him. He's down to 2, but that's all right. We will go ahead and roll now for Cthulhu, because I forgot to roll for Cthulhu. And we've got 2, 3. Our willpower defense is 5, so we're good there. Now let's roll for healing. Well, it doesn't even matter. We didn't get it. And then Phil could move 1 space, but he kind of has a witch in his face. So I think we're just going to start off right away with Phil. He's going to use the Reconnoisseur. He's going to use 2 black and 3 white. Holy moly, that's going to be an attack. I think I've been doing 2, 2. That's actually a 2, 3. He needs a total of 6 because this is an arcane attack. He'll roll this up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he killed that witch. Finally, that witch has been dealing him, or is causing him pains. He's going to go ahead and heal 1 essence from that. He's got 3 more stamina. That is what I'm talking about, Phil. Beautiful. We will discard that witch. We've got 3 more movement, 1, 2, 3 that we can do. And you know what? As much as I want to have her come over there, I don't want enemies to spawn over there. So I actually think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to have her bring herself over here. So an enemy will spawn over here, and the max that will spawn over here is 1. That way it cannot, hopefully will not block Phil's line, and he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and win the game. Oh, come on. We've been doing Phil first the entire game. Time to change that to Kim. Because if she spawns something, it'll go back up to a 6, and maybe he won't. So let's see. She rolled a 7. Yep, she's going to spawn. So that means now it's up to a 6. This is for Phil. Come on, Phil. That was an 8. Bummer. They're both going to spawn an enemy. And then we have an 8, so we're going to have a horror event. That'll push our threat marker 1 space up, pushing this right back up to a 6, and this back up to a 4. We'll flip our first one, and we have our last level 1, I think, Moon Beast. Yep, our Moon Beast will be over there with Kim. And then we have, what is this one? This one's that Flying Polyp. We remember that one. I have that one from before. That one will spawn by Phil. Let's flip that horror event. And we have Depressing Fog. Didn't it say that there was a mist here? Nowhere is safe. We are forever trying to outwit the dangerous traps and pitfalls that prey upon us in every passage and room. Here is yet another machination filling our minds with the knowledge of how futile this mission is. Is the loneliness of this place not torture enough? These useless, visionless moments are harder yet to beat. Explorers can't restore essence. Oh, wow, that would have been terrible at the beginning of the game. Right now, we've got, what, 3 essence over here and 3 essence on the other side. We should be good. The Moon Beast will spawn over here, and the Flying Pulp will spawn, or Polyp will spawn over here. The Moon Beast will actually do a pull of Kim over to here, and then will attack Kim. The Flying Polyp will just simply stand here and attack at a range of 2 on Phil. And of course, Cthulhu will do his Cthulhu-ness and attack us yet again with 3 white dice. Cthulhu will go ahead and activate first. He rolled a 4. Oh my gosh, that's good. That did not hit anyone. We have 5 willpower defense. The Moon Beast is going to attack Kim with a 2 and a 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her armor is 6. She's totally fine. And then that Flying Polyp is going to attack Philip 2 times. This is a regular attack. That's because he only had to use 1 to move. 2 and 2. Let's see. That definitely hit. That's 3. And the second one, that definitely hit. So, oh my gosh, you guys. Philip is 1 health away from dying. Well, actually, no, he's got 1 essence and 1 health. So he's not quite there, but he's super, super close. We're definitely then going to use this to be able to move. And Kim didn't take any damage, so you don't have to worry about it. And with that 1 additional move, I'm thinking that Phil will move here. Then, during the Explorer phase, he can just go 1, 2, 3, and then spend the 3 stamina, and he has 1 essence. Actually, he'll restore that essence, so he'll get a second essence, and that will deal 4 blasted damage to that pillar. Oh, okay, we're done. Chapter 7, A Way Out. We searched the man, now as dead as the cadaver he resembled, and fell last upon a stroke of fortune. A hand-drawn map detailing a route from our chamber to the surface was secreted in his robes. Our hearts lifted for the first time since entering the subterranean nightmare. With the map as a guide, we returned to our camp for recuperation and rest, or as much rest as could be gained in this icy, binged wait. This is the end. Well, I gotta say that was a lot of fun. It's a lot of dice chucking. It's a lot of killing monsters. I do really like a lot of aspects of this game. I wish I used the items more, and it might have just been the scenario that I had. I was hoping that I would get more cool items, and it just ended up not happening. But just think of the items that we did find. They were sweet. So regardless, I really enjoyed this. I'm excited to do chapter 4. Yeah, excited chapter 2. But next is going to be Bernd. Bernd, you're up. Let's see you roll a few less spawns, huh? I'll catch you at the next stop.